Greetings. Okay, we're going to messages and into the Q&A. All right. Blessings. Greetings. We are Fairies from Agartha. Yes, there's an assortment of beings here. Greetings. Yes, our energies are always connected to their human evolution. Yes, we're going more into an elemental phase of learning of your histories of your connection to the earth. Most souls have a apparel incarnation in Agartha at this time. In some place in Agartha, there's all different type of realms, but we'll just use it. You say Agartha for general. Some are dragons, some people are elf people, and so forth. So that will come into clear when it is necessary. It's like it's your walk into the earth. It's how you walk in. Of course, you're connected to numerous other beings, but the elemental connection is quite strong. And there are people that are not connected to nature, but they are connected to your reality because this is what they need for their growth. It doesn't mean everyone has to be connected to nature because you don't always have to agree with it. Because there's a whole nother world there. Yes, it just in the nature world, your world doesn't really exist, really. At least the human problems aren't looked at that much. I mean, some elemental beings, the trees look at it, but you can go into nature and just see a whole nother world, and you'll see your world, but it'll be kind of like a ghost realm, you can say. But there's so much other, say adventures, experiences in the nature realms, where yes, we'll see a human, and yes, obviously they're not aware of themselves, but we are there to sometimes help, or sometimes to tell them to go away. Especially if they walk to a forest or somewhere they don't really belong. So we can point their direction for somewhere else they can go if this isn't for them. So sending you energies. Yes, there's just a lot of conversations going on, and I guess you call it the ether, even if it's not really the ether. It's kind of the nature's ether. So blessings. Beings. We are the felines. Brings you. Yes, we are from the fourth dimension. We are Lyran energies. We are more of a collective, or you could say we are channeling from a ship at this time. There's a lot of feline energies around Mars because Mars is getting a lot of attention. Of course, it's always had some kind of attention in all different dimensions. Mars has a lot of secrets of humanity. That's why it gets so much attention. It is like a mystery planet. Of course, all planets are mysteries, but Mars seems to always stick out in some form. It's also very connected to your moon. So your moon has Martian energies. Of course, it has Venus energies also. It's like you can say your moon is connected to Mars. When humans are starting to go to the moon, yes, eventually go to Mars, and then the rest of the planets kind of open up, which for human exploration, at least in the physical public realms. Obviously, there's several other realms where it occurs, but the public realm is very important because it's your next evolution as you go more into space. And there is was this metaverse situation that's going on. People are turning digital. That will be a portion of your of humanity. Those that are already in that phase already. Some just want to. They're already doing it with video games. So they just go where a reality that's more accepted. Of course, video games are accepted also. So that's nothing really new. Really, it just changes form. That's all. Blessings from the felines. Greetings to you. We are the Arcturians. Blessings. This is I am. Greetings to you. Yes, it's been some time. There is also a blue avian energy around, but you know, maybe next time. I believe they're more observing at this moment. So the Arcturian energies are, yeah, it's not always discovered of like where we are, what we're doing. A lot of our vibrations are, yes, in the air world that's connected to the Jinn, but it's a lower frequency energy. It's still complicated to heal. But as the energy is basically the Jinn's kind of like a lost soul presence. Yes, they do get very youngster, very young. And there are many Jinns that are actually incarnated as human here also. And they kind of do the same thing they do as a Jinn. They manifest, they cause chaos, they don't know what they're doing half the time. It goes on and on with them. So, and they get like crazy luck, but they don't always know what to do with it. So, there's a lot of energies that incarnate here that's not fully aware. They take the human incarnation, they manifest very quickly, and they kind of break down a little bit. A lot of them are drug addicts. So, of course, yes, we'll just leave it at that. Yes, we're here to assist you with your questions whenever you're ready. Blessings to you.
Blessings, I am. Greetings.
Grace to you.
Thank you for coming back in,
Yes.
and all the Arcturians as well. Thank you for
Mhm.
your assistance.
Yes,
Uh,
you're welcome. Yes.
Up first
Mhm.
this evening, we have Daria.
Hey, I am.
Greetings.
Greetings. So, any messages from the Arcturians to me? Or maybe Eliza,
Who is that? Eliza? Who's that?
higher self entity ish.
Oh, yes. I think it's something you've already, something about the human form that you're involved with. It does seem like you're connected to a realm of what do you call it, freaks.
Demons.
Well, this is called like you see in the circus. At least back in the 20s, they had
Oh, yeah, okay.
circus
Yeah.
freaks.
Freak show. I love
Yeah,
it.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. You're like a grandmother of them, or you watch out for them. Um, you'd probably be having a better time for around them all the time, actually. Yeah, two-headed people,
Yeah.
midget people, and so forth.
Yeah. I love that kind of
Yeah,
energy, freak show vibe. Yes.
yeah. Those are the worlds that you're known as a protector of, and you still are around them often. But there are, of course, worlds that where they're just everywhere. So some of those are Archon worlds, but not necessarily of a negative nature, though. Like
No.
trying something different, you could say, or yeah, just why do we have to have two arms? Why not one? Why three heads? That's a tough one. The
Cool.
more complicated one is the one where they have a face and then have another face right there. A face within a face. That's rough.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
Can't imagine that. So,
Yes.
any personal messages from the Arcturians or you?
Well, it seems to be it. Yes. It seems to be a new energy. I mean, December seems to be a good month. Not that this is not a good month, but December seems a turning point month overall. As for what you're turning is unknown to us. It might be on a personal nature, not really saying at this time.
So I'll become a man in December, though.
That'll be
Just kidding.
No, he
Okay.
might turn into Barbarella or something like that.
Yeah. Or a Grinch. Doing
Something
the
like that.
Grinchmas. No, just kidding.
There are wherever you want. Yeah, it's going to have to be cryptic if it said anything here.
It's okay. So thank you for nice messages and have cool channeling with this group.
Yes,
Blessings.
Okay, thank you. Up next, we've got Steve.
Hello, I am.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings to you. Much love. How you doing?
Yes, doing well.
Sweet, sweet. Thank you for coming in. I was just wondering if you could connect. I heard that one of my strong connections to the animals and stuff was some of my Druid lifetimes, and I was just wondering if you could connect to the Druids and my history and share any information that you can get. Thank you.
Well, the Druids help you connect. Yeah, it's a natural connection. Well, that was a Atlantean connection to the animals, but it goes far back before ever a human. You've been an animal before you were a human. It actually connects to some of your reptilian past, actually, where reptilians didn't even realize that there were other beings or any animals or anything out there. They thought it was just reptilians because that's all they had was reptilian beings everywhere. Of course, they had insectoids too, insects and reptilians. So you can say as a reptilian being, I believe this is a lifetime in Orion where when you started to go off planet, you started to discover there's other animals and other creatures out there. So you just started to explore. So, but that's what we're seeing from our perspective. Blessings.
Sweet, sweet, awesome. Yeah, I heard that Jesus. I'm connected with Jesus through a reptilian lifetime, so that's pretty cool. Thank you. Second question is since you were talking about the Blue Avians, the birds have been really active around me. They've been chirping like crazy. The killdeer birds, and I was just wondering if you can connect with my Blue Avian spirit guide or the Blue Avians, and if they have any messages. Thank you.
Yes, they're here for order out of chaos. I believe they're there because for protective energy. So when they fly around you, the birds are flying around you. It's just a protective field of what they bring. Of course, they're talking to you also, but it seems like they just, because they fly, they move the vibrations around, but because you're unaware of what's going on in multi dimensions. But they're also known to close portals. They're also known to open them also, but sometimes it feels like they're closing them, which makes things a little bit easier. When they open up portals, rainstorms occur. It all depends what opens, so what comes with that. So I believe they're just keeping your vibration, watching out for you, basically. So, blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Blessings. Up next, we've got Ava.
Hi. Do you have any messages for me today?
No moments. Well, there's a constructive timeline, meaning that you'll feel more productive in this lifetime you have in others, even if you don't always feel it in this lifetime. I also see you have the ability to connect with the weather, maybe even control it at times. Maybe not all the times, but sometimes it feels like you have a way of calming the storm, it seems. I'm not sure if that's helpful for you. And that goes into your timeline. It does seem like your timeline gets slowed down. Maybe it's slower than you would like it to be.
Yeah, it makes sense. I definitely can, move weather. I amaze myself. I think it's a consequences.
Well, there's a Anunnaki connection. That's why that can occur.
Cool. I have a lot of activity around me nearly every night. Someone always pushes me or pulls my hand, pulls my pillow, kicks my bed. I don't mind it. It's okay. I'm just curious what's going on.
Well, it's like a party that never ended. I mean, you want to know that they're still there, so they let you know. It feels like if you feel like you turn that off, you won't have a connection at all with them. So you just leave it open. So you leave it on. So they're just there every now and then. They come and give you a nudge every once in a while. There's all different. Yes, there's reptilian beings. There's all kinds of beings there. It's like they're always in conversation. It's like you're in the Galactic mess hall or something like that.
Party. I love that.
Yeah, it's just always. I mean, it's like there's always something going on or some kind of party or something. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Michael.
Greetings, I am.
Yes, greetings.
My uncle has COPD, and he's been battling it for a couple of years now. And so he went to the hospital, and they had him hooked up to a whatever,
Mhm.
and he was completely out. And his energy kept coming to me, and I don't know why me, but he kept telling me, "Hey, I'm okay." He was like putting thoughts in my head, not really telepathic, but putting thoughts in my head, like
Mm.
he's not coming back to that, and that he's okay. And he's kind of wanting me to be the messenger. And so he's telling me all this stuff, and that he's happy and all this. And then but he kind of come back 2 days ago, but he's not 100% coherent. And his daughter and wife, they're strictly Christians, and so they're like they're just destroyed by this. And so if you could tell me about him, because my intuition, he's talking to me. He's been around me for the last couple of days, like putting thoughts in my head like this, telling me a lot of stuff that he does not want to come back. He don't want to come. He's actually, the thought was, I don't want to go back to that corpse. Could you?
Well, he's still alive. I feel he's still alive, correct? I believe he is.
Yes, he
But
is.
he's scared. That's why he's doing that. But he is preparing. It's like you coming to you like a priest to say his last, words. You can say, if it's not time for him to go yet. Obviously, his family won't accept anything that you say, which is okay. It's just that you're helping him feel better by allowing that. Well, of course, I don't think you have any choice anyway. He's going to talk. I mean, it is agreed astrally for him to do that because he needs somebody to connect with spiritually. But his body is slowly giving out, though. It's not time yet, but it's getting there because it didn't go out because of his family. Normally, it would have. It was like, oh, this is a good opportunity. I'm out of here. But because his family, what they're going through, he doesn't want to leave just yet, but he will. He's getting there. So.
Okay. And my second question is, I've been working with this guy, Jim, for 5 months, and I'm an empath. I pick up on people very quickly. And usually when I don't, something's really up with them. Well, he doesn't really get along with many people at work, and he always chooses me. And the yelling, the narcissistic, the way he treats me is getting worse and worse. And by the way, I am not a helper. Actually, he is in charge, but there's something with him. I don't feel, I feel Anunnaki connections. I could be wrong, but And
Yes.
tonight I got to put up with him. And I don't know if I should break away from him or get away from him. I've already contacted my supervisor about him.
That's good. Well, the thing about he is kind of like it feels like part of him is slightly broken inside. So it's like looking at yourself as, once again, the priest situation. He's like coming to you for a confession. It's almost like in a relationship, like a intimate relationship, like his darkness comes out. So with you, it's kind of like he just feels comfortable with it. So his darkness is showing itself. It's just venting basically. I don't think it's really directed towards you. It's just that he can say it. So you're actually helping his sanity. That's slowly going. He's slowly drifting away. It seems he's not aware that he's doing this either. Yeah, he's just really unhappy with himself, as you can see.
Yes, he doesn't talk to anybody else. Exactly like you just said. He don't go off on everybody. It's just me. It's like he takes everything, even his problems at home, to me.
Yeah, he's already confessed.
But I don't. But that's not my problem. I don't see why I should suffer. It's like I'm in hell, and it's like I'm in hell working with him.
Well, think of you can disconnect them whenever that occurs, but if you can't, that means there's still more. There's a contract there, so it won't go on forever. But realize you're actually helping him. Look at it that way.
Okay.
You just listen and just yada yada yada. Just let him get it out of his system, and he'll go away.
But you don't pick up any dark like.
Well, yeah, there is. Well, yeah, but he's just a sad person.
Yeah.
And he's just coming to you for help, actually. So.
Well, okay then. I guess a little bit of positive out of it.
Yeah, look at it that way. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yes.
Blessings.
Yes. Blessings.
Yeah, those relationships are tough, but very cool that we do what we can do.
Yes.
All right, thank you for that. Up next, I've got Hazel's questions. Her first question, she says, "Hello, dear friends. Thank you for visiting with us.
Please.
Would you please tell me your thoughts on a white city rising up from out of the meadow that appears to offer hope and solace on the other side of evil things? I was shown this recently, only briefly, and I'm curious about any further information you might have."
Well, one of the reasons they didn't show us off too much, because obviously it's like, where's your ticket to go there? But that's a good sign. So it does feel like there's a version of you that lives in that city. And it just didn't want to show itself too much to you because you'll be, kind of looking for it. And it might drive you crazy a little bit because you feel acceptance there, peace, where this world doesn't have much. It has that, but not. It's difficult. But yeah, that shows that city is working through you, basically. So it's not just that you're seeing it, but it's coming. I believe it's already. I mean, you are like a member of that city. Or your physical self. It doesn't give me a name or anything like that. It does have a Tartarian energy connected to it, but the higher realms. So just think of yourself. You can call it the White City, call it whatever you want, but you are. That is part of your. Those are your people. So, I imagine that a lot of that would make sense.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you for that. Our second question. I would love to hear any messages you have for me tonight in this ongoing battle of light and dark that we are in. Thank you very much. Blessings to you.
Well, I do see you as a ringleader. Like, was it like a boxing match and you're there to break it up? Let light and dark do its thing, and then if it feels like there's a little bit too much going on, you come in. There's some situations you just show up on, similar to like the Houston situation. It's like, why are you going there? It's like, because there's a battle going on there. You're there to clear it, best of your ability. That's it. It's part of your lineage, just part of who you are. It doesn't mean you have to be absorbed in those situations, but you can say you're here to stop the fight. Well, not entirely, because light and dark have to do their thing. But when things get out of hand, you move in. Let's put it that way. But you have to let things happen. Like someone needs to fall down. It's dark that falls down, it's light falls down, whatever. It has to, because it's free will. And obviously, many have difficulties with that free will, but that's the nature of the planet. So, kind of like a referee, something like that. I don't have the words here, what that's called, but we call it something different, but I think you understand. So, blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Dragon.
Hello. Sorry about that.
Yes, greetings.
My first question is, can you connect to the dragon consciousness that's connected to my dragon self and provide any, like the intergalactic consciousness and provide any messages that they have to me?
I'm not sure this is helpful, but your dragon aspect as a human likes to be the one that drives, like the car. I want to be the one that's in charge. Something like that. But that's the first thing that comes through. The dragon side, at least of your, likes to be heard, likes to get the word poignant, likes to talk about the discoveries your dragon's made. Like there's a connection with the fox. I guess the dragon doesn't always get along with the fox. Fox is a little bit snarky sometimes. That one's not showing itself too clearly, but they don't always get along. Let's put it that way. And also you have a connection to a giraffe, because that's like a calming energy. But your dragon self is very scientific. It do show you in another realm where your head is elongated, it's larger, and that's actually more of your normal form, at least in a reality. And of course, hovering, and you have like a coat on, and you're connected to different realities and things of that kind. And sometimes your mind gets taken over by other beings because they're trying to figure out your world. Yeah, something like that. I'm not sure if that's helpful, but that's the message I got. Blessings.
All right. Thank you. And can you give like an update on where you think we are energy wise and potential wise as far as the ascension process as across humanity right now?
Well, it's discovering, it's at a point of just facing itself. I mean, it's a mirror. It's a mirror reality. Humanity has to face what it's putting out there and seeing it. You see that in a presidential situation going on, corruption. Here, of course, that's been going on for some time, but it's just that humanity is starting to face its darkness, its demons, and that's kind of another dark age in some form. And this is how you move into a higher frequency. But you have to see what you're dealing with first. So this is the early stages of it. It's happened in the past, but it's happening more now. Because technology is helping a more easier life, but someone has to pull out all their stuff, all their troubles and things like that. So you're in a transition period. You can say you're always in a transition period, but this is a major one.
So basically cycling through a lot of the past negative energies at a high rate to kind of remind people of what they are looking to stop.
Well, yes, you have a lot of people here. Obviously, you're in an era of technology, which you have not had in the past, at least according to history. So your humans here are clearing out their ancient selves, actually. So kind of like a reset, so they can go more into their technological self, future lifetimes, whatever it might be. So you clear out the wars, clearing out all the Renaissance energies. I mean, you have the good part of it, but many are clearing out a lot of the old stuff. So
it seems like humans are still haven't quite figured out how to deal with authoritarian leaders yet, who are high goals for conquering and stuff like that.
Yes, no. Oh, some have. Most have not. Well, as long as they get if people get their food and what they need by a dictator, they're okay with it until it starts affecting them. when all their food and everything is taken away. Okay, now this, and then they wake up.
That would be a
As
good one for us to figure out before mass contact with
yes,
extraterrestrials, unless we
right.
get a lot of protection.
Yeah, but that's true. Well, yeah, your aliens connecting to you. It'd be good that humans are on a better side of themselves. Less crime, less negativity here. And at least not perfect, but trying to go more. And that's where the tall whites come in, because the tall whites have a calm. They're not perfect, but they have a calm civilization, you can say, and that's what humanity is striving for.
All right, thanks much, love.
Okay, blessings. Thank you for that. Up next, we've got Galacia.
Hello, I am.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. So I received a channeled message from the angels by Ivan yesterday, and it seemed to be, and I didn't know, I knew I had a pretty strong connection with Archangel Gabriel, but apparently me and Archangel Raphael are pretty close and have many romantic relationships together. But it was mentioned that we had some really light lives and also some extremely dark lives. And I was wondering if you could give me like what was like most positive that we had, and the dark lives, like what would be something that we were dealing with. And I wasn't sure if the darkness was like between each other or if it was something that we were facing in different realities. I had some things come to me, but I'd like to hear what maybe you could tap into.
Well, there's some, yeah, it's like a Romeo and Juliet type of situation where you were separated. Maybe not exactly how that story goes, but where it was kind of like a life or death if you're around each other. Well, it's just that your vibrations magnetize for each other. It's like you turn to another person, you're combining to each other, and others can't control you, things like that. So I can say that's the light and the dark of that. But you've also been an angel. He hasn't exactly had the most positive track record. You think of who has. But you've been an angel that you had sometimes that shut him down, where he was at his darkest level. Is what I see there. And you've also had the same thing where you've had like witch lifetimes, and he had to somehow break you out of that. That took a long time. Like he was easier to break down than you.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of meditating on like what would my kind of weapon be, and it always feels more like it's a mirror. Like I'm not really I'm really good at kind of, with the coping mechanism dissociating. I really see myself just going into like a cave, but then being like a really strong mirror, which I could mirror at myself and then everything else. So I could see how we are doing that kind of too. Yeah.
Well, I also see the axe.
The axe?
The axe.
Oh, meaning what?
That's one of your weapons.
The axe.
The double-edged axe, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, well, I have to maybe not tap into that too deep.
Michael has a sword, you have an axe.
And what am I doing with that axe exactly?
Well, it could be an axe of light, and also be an axe of dark. I think you experience all of that.
Okay. All right. Well, the doggies definitely agree. They don't like the axe.
Confirmation.
Yeah, the dogs don't use that axe again, mommy.
No, you're not going to do that.
I'm sorry. All right. Well, my second question, I was debating between two, but let me ask, because this is definitely something new that I'm experiencing, especially the last week. My hands, my body, there's like electrical, like just voltage, and it's not just static electricity where I touch like a doorknob and it shocks me. I grab my cell phone and there's a current that's just going through like my hands, and then my hands kind of get red sometimes too, but I know like my energy is kind of strengthening. Like I could feel when I'm doing any type of energy work around myself, like I actually feel it now. But if there's anything that you sense with, like, I don't know if it's something I should maybe do more, or if this is dangerous for my body, but it's really strong. Like I connected my two wrists together, and it was almost like I put my, hand into an electric socket and got a slight, jolt.
Well, you're connecting more to your higher self. So you're connecting more to your spiritual self, your spirit being. How would spirits be here? They'll be connected to electricity all the time. They're just energy.
Is that safe for me? Am I not like going too far, or do I
No.
need to like drink even more water, or I don't know?
That won't work. Nothing will work.
Mhm.
You're coming into yourself. So you just gotta know, like, you gotta stay away from light sockets and things like that.
Yeah, I thought it was really, really interesting because the message I received yesterday mentioned that I could start fires with my hands, and I have that ability, and and I'm like, well, that's interesting because for the last 3 days I've been talking like literally there's sparks. I feel like I could spark out of my fingers.
Well, you're just turning into yourself. So you just gotta know, your environment. You might have to be careful of cars because you can usually shut down its energy.
Yeah, I'm struggling with electronic devices a lot right now.
Yeah, that's very common with intuitive people.
Yeah.
So it's just something that you have to get used to and how to work that out the best of your ability. But you can't turn it off. And drinking more water, you can drink more water. I don't think that's going to fix it.
Yeah, no, I don't even know to fix it because it's probably good. I just didn't know if, it's a new sensation and, am I just going to like explode here or something? But,
no. You just got to learn to ground your energies to, you just got to ground your energies so you're balanced with yourself. So.
Yes.
Yes. Blessings.
All right. Blessings. Thank you very much. Much love.
Hey, interesting. Thank you for that. Up next, we've got Braden's questions. His first question, he says, are there any messages for me? I'm stressed out about work and maintaining income. They will put me on unpaid leave due to not taking the vaccine gene therapy at the end of the month. Any advice is welcome.
Well, yeah, you might have to look for another job. There's not much other things to do unless you get a doctor's note or something like that. It feels like another job is probably the best bet. Of course, it's difficult to find, but there's not much. Yeah, because where you live is very authoritarian, as you can see. So they don't care about human health, even if they say they do. They really don't. So that's nice.
Yep, that's an issue a lot of us are going through right now. His second question, are there any other messages for me I should be aware of this week? Thank you and blessings.
Well, yeah, just once again, it goes back to the work situation. We feel like you will find something new. But it's good to do what you feel is right there. But yeah, it's going to be a struggle. I feel like you will manifest a positive outcome, but it takes time for that, though. Right.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got James. James, you there? All right, he might have stepped away, so we'll go back to him later. So up next, we've got Annie.
Like nobody's here.
She might be having technical issues. Annie, if you log off or log on, you might be able to fix the bug because we can't hear you on our side. All right. So we'll move on then to Crystal.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Any messages for me?
You are working with manifestation energies. There's just a lot of soul forgiveness, forgiveness from past mistakes that will help you go into the future more clearly. There was a lot of they just clear out a lot of static from the past. So it feels like, well, there's some bitterness that has not been healed just yet. That might have to do with the relationship connection.
Oh, okay. You mean I haven't released that yet?
No, that's not something you release overnight.
Right, of course. Well, I think I've gotten it started, so this is good.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
Good. I wanted to see if you what angels you see around me, and if how many and what they are.
Archangel, there's like 6 angels. Archangel Michael seems to be the strongest. There's Raphael, Gabriel at times. Michael seems to be the strongest one.
Okay.
The other angels are more guardian angels. I'm not really saying their names at this time.
Oh, okay. Blessings.
Okay, thank you. We got James back, so we're gonna go back there. James, you're next.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Hey, can you give me a message from Mother Earth or Lilith, or how have I been connecting to them lately?
From Mother Earth energy, you're interesting. You're clearing out actually clone energies, clones of yourself and other timelines. Some of them have actually been trapped for some time. Some of them are connected to like a JFK reality, where he's still alive. So it's still, yeah. So I know all that came out of nowhere, but it's something that you're working on in the astral, it seems.
Oh, and why am I doing that?
Because it's been something, well, like the JFK timeline has been something that you've been battling with. Well, similar to, because of what happened in that timeline where he's still alive in other realities, and it's just a battle in other realms. So if you still survived, how does that go exactly? Like you survived the shooting. What does that look like? So it's like a kind of like a internal civil war with the government and secret governments that you're connected to. One of the reasons why you live where you live, I believe, is Texas area. Yeah. So, that's what I see. Well, that's what Lois said.
Oh, is Lilith part of the reason why I'm here in Austin, Texas?
Partially. Some of it has to do with his timelines that have not been healed. There's also a Lee Harvey Oswald connection too. Apparently, you're a part of his family lineage at one time, a long time ago. Yeah, you have just a connection with that, all of that there. So there's a lot of corruption in Dallas, covering up a lot. So it feels like you're there to reveal a lot of those secrets, at least eventually. That's what it was, for future timeliners. Someone will stumble upon some information about the corruption in Dallas. It feels it goes deeper than that, but that's part of it. That's what we got.
I see. You.
Good, blessings, thank you. Up next, we've got Annie.
Hi, greetings.
Yes.
I was wondering I know I have a connection with the Arcturians, and I've been told that they are teachers. So I was just wondering what my connection was to them exactly, and if it was with the teaching or what was my connection, any messages from them.
Well, your teachings, I do see some Yeshua energy there. I feel like you're helping those not be so obsessed with that energy. So a lot of people are really obsessed with it.
Okay.
And it seems like this is like a full-time job helping those out of it, because they give their energy to Christ, but who's connected to that exactly? So you're helping people out of those manipulations in here in this reality, so they can like exit the world without having those contracts of connected to whatever beings are given their power to. That's something.
Okay.
and some of that goes back to Egyptian manipulation of the gods. The gods are being manipulated too during the past. Like people are giving their power to the gods. One of them was Thoth, and there's just a lot of background energy there. So that's part of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense because I've always said, he was like just a man,
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, I've always felt that way. It's so interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep. It's deep. It's just people here, well, they just feel like if they give their energy to Christ. Of course, they're told by the preachers and all that to do it. So,
Yeah.
it's always
Yeah.
it's always harmless. What's the big deal? What's the harm in that? But there's more to it than that.
Okay, so that's the Arcturian teaching part then. With that,
That's part of it. Yeah, there's more to it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And then my second question is, can you tell me what my connection is with my mother? Because I feel like she was like a best friend before. I was just wondering about like how many past lives did I have? What was our connection?
Well, recently feels 14 lifetimes here on this world. She was your daughter in many incarnations. That did she listen to you half the time? No. But she's like the rebellious teenager, but you're actually very reserved, and she was a wild one. She had a lot of wildcat energy in her, but you were calm and because you had to be, because you know what you're going to be dealing with. So yeah, she's been kind of a sister, but she's been very domineering kind of daughter too, like telling you what to do all the time. She likes the mother role, even if you don't listen to her. But
yeah.
Seems like she drove you more crazy than you're doing to her, though.
Well, then that's great then, because it's kind of like I thought it was the other way around, but that makes sense now.
Yeah, she is. I see a wild child. There's just no stopping her.
Okay,
But
and then so that was on Earth.
Yeah, he had a way of seeing into her mind, so you kind of knew what she was up to.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. And then off planet, I've been with her too.
Oh yeah, Arcturian energies. I mean, it does seem like she was very devoted to Jesus in a past life. I'm not sure if she's devoted now. She was back then, though.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes,
blessings. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Up next, I've got Blue's questions. Blue's first question, she says, "Thank you for visiting us again, I am. In Astral, a female energy from high up above was observing me and said to others in her collective about me, 'She is one of our strongest warriors.' I saw myself from a third-person perspective when I heard her. The scene of myself below showed me very focused while doing martial arts moves and unaware of the observation from above. Can you please share insight on who she is and what was that about?"
Well, she is, let's see, she's like a council of 9. So you're here to clear out timelines that have been hijacked. I think you know that already. But these are very deep into the lower realms as you feel. So part of you feels like you might feel like you're in hell all the time, because part of you kind of is. Not to lower your energy or anything, but she's in it feels like part of you is you're in physical realm, but you're also in the lower astral realm. In the lower astral realms where all this darkness and behind the scenes and all that. That's why you see human trafficking every once in a while. It's like that's where you're at most of the time. Hell gets old after a while. At least the part that you're in. Others can indulge it and have a good time, but you're not there for that. It's almost like you're a secret agent in some they don't always know who you are there. So that's what makes you can't be yourself here in this realm, because the other side of yourself is in the dark realms, and it's difficult, but it is making a difference. It's just very difficult to be in this realm. So blessings.
Okay, thank you. That sounds familiar. Question number 2, she says, "Last night I consciously felt and saw a tall, bright light energy form standing near me. When it noticed me, see it and feel it, it became smaller and went out toward a window. Any information on who or what that was? Thank you. I am in the Arcturians.
It does feel like a kind of actually an Arcturian frequency that came in. It could be different. It's not making itself completely clear, but it is showing alien, visitation is heightening up for you. So you're getting somewhere. It's not 100% here, but you're getting into some of this that you're going through. But it's not completely. It's like there's a mission that has to be complete. That's why it's taking so long. It's like if you're undercover for a long time, it's like, my undercover job done yet? Not yet. That's kind of what you're going through. But so the being that came in, I believe, is just to heighten your frequency level, even if you don't always feel it. But I would say expect more visitations in the time. You're not saying when, but it was there as an observer, but it was also there to shift your energy to the best of its ability. But yeah, there more beings are becoming more aware of what you're going through to assist. So there's possibly might be a timeline change where all of a sudden you feel things are different. But it doesn't mean you're gonna be out of the woods just yet. So blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Christy.
Hi, greetings.
Yes, greetings.
And so I was wondering what my connection is with the crows and crow medicine. And we have a whole bunch of crows out here in the trees, and every time I walk out there, then they call real loud. And every morning they do that. So I was wondering kind of if you could see my past connections, like Native American or anything.
Some of it's Native American. It's just that you had conversations with them in the past also. It's just that it does seem like they're there to clear out war frequencies. But your connections with them, you just had a sixth sense connecting to them in your past. They're not really going into too much detail on it. They seem to be more around your area because they are kind of warriors to a certain degree. But if they're around, that shows something that if they're there, that shows that something else should not be there right now.
Yeah, I looked it up because it says they're masters of illusion and keepers of sacred law.
No. Yes.
So it's I just kind of use them as like flying or clearing out or something like that. That's what I was kind of doing.
Yes.
With their wings and stuff right around, because I see them flying when I'm out there exercising. Okay, so my second question, just kind of wanted to leave it open for, any messages for me and for Hayden.
I believe you're working on a move of some kind, but that energy of you moving will come shortly.
Yeah, we've moved here at my parents' house. We're gonna stay here with them, and it's like out in the country, real royal area, and lots of quietness out here.
So that's the energy for more visitation eventually. Maybe not yet. There is a lot of Palladian energies around that area. I believe you have an older person there, a mother or someone that's older. Either
like
way.
Living or no, like physical.
Living, yeah. There's somebody living right now or no?
Just my parents. That's all.
Yeah. So the mother, your mother, there's a lot of Palladian energies around her.
Oh, okay.
I would help her with her health. It seems. So you might see, they have actually been welcoming visitors for some time. It seems. So. I believe you just got there, so
yes.
Eventually you'll start seeing some new frequencies soon, maybe even tonight. There's also insectoid beings that might show up too every now and then.
Yeah, I see a lot of stuff outside, and the dogs go running down the street at night. I see lots of stuff, not physically,
Yeah, there is some kind of poltergeist energy there, not necessarily a negative reason, but there is a lot of portals that do open up at night, especially in front of where you live too. It seems like there's something opens up there.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing right there. And there's cows right in that area too. They just moo all in the night. I just never heard cows mooing at night. So they're yelling out.
There's other beings. Yeah, it's like a whole nother world opens up at night.
Yes, that is true. And I see it. I feel it. Like sometimes just wake up and the dogs are barking like crazy out there, and I know something's out there then.
Yes. So, all right. Yes, blessings.
Thank you.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Amanda.
Hello.
Yes, greetings.
Hi, thank you for connecting. I would just like to ask, given the week that I've had and the healing work I've been doing, is there any messages from the Arcturian family for me today, please?
Well, there's still some healing that needs to be done. Your heart chakra still seems to be blockages there. Past lives, there is some Atlantean energy there that has not been. I don't think you've even seen it yet. Marian energy seems to be decent, but the Atlantean is still blocked. It has to do with the esoteric reality that you're in on this planet. But yeah, just apparently you've known them very well. At least the Atlantean energies. Maybe too well.
I think so as well. And yes, as it has been predominantly heart chakra work, probably from when I was 20 years old. So yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, it seems like you're in an Atlantean family that was very wizard-like, but they didn't use their powers for good, though.
Yes, I have had that said to me in the past, so thank you so much.
Yes.
My second question is regarding I've had an 8D being connecting with me lately, and I've been doing light work with them to help heal my heart chakra. I am curious if and why I have been receiving the 13th dimension, like messages from the 13th dimension for over a year now, and I was just curious if you could please shed some light on that for me.
Well, you're bringing 13th dimension energy here. It's very sacred knowledge, for the future. I think it has to do with artificial intelligence, healing that. Like, you have artificial intelligence here, but does humanity know how to deal with it? That's part of it. Also helping with relationships, the 8th D energy. I believe that is a male energy I feel like connected to it, and also a relationship energy there.
Yes, correct. That's right. It has been. He's similar to a sentinel energy, and it's all telepathy. It's it's been very potent, to be honest with you. So thank you so much for the confirmation.
Yes, but yeah, I feel like artificial intelligence is you're just there's like I said, there's more, but I feel like that's a lot just helping humanity balance itself out with all of this new high tech stuff. It's like giving a kid, a robot or something like that. I don't know what to do.
But yes, absolutely. That's confirmation for me because I've been feeling to study Uranus and the shifts and everything that go on with Uranus. So thank you so much.
Yeah, they balance their technology energy. So yes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, very cool. Blessings. Up next, I've got Tristan's questions. His first question, he says, last Sunday, as I was falling asleep, I experienced wave after wave of fear and even panic in my sacral chakra, but I didn't feel like I was actually getting any deeper inside myself, so I assume it wasn't me. The day before, I had done some meditation and released a lot of tension, and at night had a vision of eggs being in the cavity left by all that tension I had released. What was going on?
Well, the egg represents the universe. You say you're releasing it to the universe. The anxiety comes from your partner, your roommate. His energy is trying to take over yours, and he doesn't know what to do with himself. So that's where, and it almost feel like you went through a panic attack almost. That was all his stuff. Maybe not to that degree of a panic attack, but he was trying to mess with your mind. It feels like trying to get you to pay more attention to him or something like that. So, blessings.
Okay, blessings. I lost the second question. I'm gonna have to find it. So for the time being, we're gonna move on to Catalan.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
What is the Dole people?
The doll people. Who is this? No.
Yeah, Dole people.
Well, there are people that do exist that are dolls. Yes.
And they look like dolls?
Yes. Yeah, like Barbie. Barbie's living her life. Yes.
This kind of okay.
Yeah. Kind of a weird reality. Yes. Not for everybody.
Exactly. I heard they live I heard that they have a black sun, and but they're full of tech, but they seem to like to live in nature.
That's a version of it. Yes. Maybe not the most positive type. It's kind of like a warped reality compared to what you're living.
Jesus Christ. So what do they like to do? How
Kind of cause chaos with each other. They've been in good relationships. They're trying to live a normal life like you, but they all look like dolls, and they're just it's kind of a twisted realm. Yes.
my
Yeah, they try
goodness.
to kill each other sometimes. Yeah, it's human to some degree. Yeah.
So in what way it's twisted reality? Like
Well, it's terrifying to see actually a doll person, uh, with a little just walking around doing their thing. For a human, it would be terrifying. For them, it's normal, but they can get kind of psychotic on each other. They get jealous over each other. They just it's similar to humanity in some ways. So they want to be loved. They can kind of remember like if anybody loved them as a doll in your reality, and now that kid doesn't love them anymore, and they can feel that, and they kind of go through some strange. Yeah, they go through a depression.
so doll means like there is still like an infant
Yeah,
reality.
something like that. Yes,
Jeez.
it's not
Fun
for
is very
everybody.
okay. Wow. Do you have any messages for me?
It seems like your diet is going pretty well. Is there like a green juice type thing you do, or no? Or
Green celery juice I do
celery
most,
juice?
and ginger water and
Yeah,
lemon
celery
water.
juice seems to be working. Um, Sometimes that can be overdone. Not that you're overdoing it, but some people overdo it. But
I
it does seem like it's keeping your cells pretty healthy overall. But overall, it seems like you're on the right path. That's all.
Yeah. I feel like I can try to improve and get rid of the old nutrition way
Yes.
energy.
Yeah, it's more sunlight would probably be good. Or more vitamin D if you wanted to go that direction.
Or more going out.
Or that also, yeah. That's all. I think the vitamin D is the only thing lacking.
Okay.
Right, blessings.
I appreciate. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you for that. I got Tristan's second question. It was any new messages for me?
Just know that conversation is key for his healing. So if his people or a person that you feel like you need to connect with to, not that your energies get, toxic or anything, but if you need to talk to somebody, it does seem to help clear your energy field pretty quick. You have a way of clearing out your vibration, but it's good to talk to someone, even if it's about random information or just a random conversation. It does seem to help clear out any type of blockages. And your mother energy seems to be coming through a lot. I guess she's kind of obsessed with you, at least astrally. I guess you're kind of fulfilling a lot of things that she did not fulfill. All right. Blessings.
Okay, thank you for that. Blessings. Next we've got Silver Claw.
Greetings.
Yes. Greetings.
So my first question is, will Kim and Mary be good references for me for my massage license registration? Like, will they say good things?
Yeah, of course. Yes. You want me talking to them if they would not do that. Yes.
Right.
No.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah, I was hearing that yeah, a bad reference could delay my license and that would be bad.
Mhm.
So they're like good candidates basically.
Yes.
Fantastic. My second question, do you recommend I start the application for the exam now? I want to have the appointment for the exam in mid-December, and I wonder if you recommend to register now.
Yeah, it seems like now's a good time. Yes.
Like, do they choose my appointment? Like, when that's gonna be? Like, could I choose for it to be in mid-December?
I feel like they'll choose it, but I feel like you can maybe change the date if you need to, if it doesn't work
hmm
for you.
Basically, if they give me like a registration date, will it be in mid-December?
It seems like it will be mid-December. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I need. All right.
Okay.
Well,
All
thank
right.
you so much.
Yes.
That's helpful.
Well,
Thank you.
yes. Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Karam.
Hi, I am.
Yes. Greetings.
Greetings. The I am in me send blessing to the I am in you.
Yes.
My spirit self is taking over my life over my previous. So myself, my personality that is grounded in spirit is taking over and accepting more my real purpose. Could you
Yeah.
comment on that? I think I'm doing good, but
Yes, you're
other
healing more.
comment or advice or what do
You're
you think?
healing more a lot of your blockages. You're connecting more to your higher self. You're allowing yourself to cleanse a lot of your blockages. So there's a lot of self forgiveness, but you're just letting yourself go free, which is good.
Right.
It's just difficult. You're not always seeing everything here in the physical, but it is working. It's a slow process.
Could you expand on what am I not seeing?
Well, it's a slow process. Actually, you probably see that. But it's like you're healing as the ego energy, because the ego connects to the reptilian side. The reptilian side was very controlling over others. Realize you've been like a reptilian leader, like a general.
Right.
And it's also human form too. It's not just as a big lizard person. And is actually very successful in that. And that's very third dimension is what you're healing. You're healing your third dimensional self on so many different levels. There's also a lot of Arabic energies that you're healing. And that's another thing, a dominating masculine in the Arabic lifetimes.
Yeah.
And that's what you're forgiving also. That's dialing a lot of that down so you can just feel more at peace with yourself.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
All right. The other question, more practical. So, as you said, the dominating thing, which would prevent me from having genuine relationships. So, as I go, I challenge myself. So I put myself out there, vulnerable. But I keep doing it. Like I've made so much progress in a way because I've put myself in those vulnerable situations way more in the past few weeks than I have in like years. However, every time I step up, it's still as uncomfortable as the previous time. So, do you know what I'm referring to?
In some form, yes.
Right. It's mainly when approaching women. So I've broken through the blockage of not approaching them at all. I'm broken it many to every day almost. But it's still as uncomfortable What am I missing? Do I just have to keep going head in until it's gonna fix itself? Or am I just not exploring another avenue of healing is not happening right now? Or
well, no, it's just a deep healing that part of you feels like you have to be in a relationship, which part of you feels that way. and the other part feels like it will happen when you're at the right balance.
Right.
So it feels like you're healing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a desire. It's just that's that third dimensional self that's coming through. You're just healing some of your darkness, basically. You can actually attract the right relationship. You want to make sure you're at a better place. It seems. If that makes sense.
I think so. So I just keep coming at the world.
Yes.
From a good vibration ish, and then it just keep going head first.
It's kind of like going through the forest of yourself, and then eventually you'll exit the forest, and that's when you'll meet somebody. Somebody will be there. You're just kind of going through your own torment and everything, as you know. But somebody is out there, though.
Yeah, it's already. Thank you so much. That's helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, blessings.
Blessing.
Okay, thank you for that. Up last this evening is me. Thank you again, I am, for coming in.
Yes, of course. Yes.
For my first question, I'm kind of like in the same boat as Braden. I oppose the vaccine, the intentions it carries on the pharmaceutical industry as a whole. So if they push the vaccine mandate in my state, I'll most likely get fired. Honestly, I've been waiting for a good reason to quit anyway, but do you see me having to move anytime soon to another state to make a living, or will I be able to ride out the storm where I'm at?
Well, yeah, it's not entirely clear because it's in the middle of a timeline choice. So
Right.
it seems like some of that would be diverted and stopped where they won't put the mandate. Of course, it's up to the company, but it feels like they will fight it. I don't think they want it. Like, they don't think they want you to quit. So I don't think your company wants it.
Okay.
So there's a possibility. There's a possibility that you'll weather it. It's not clear. It's too early.
Right. Okay. Fair enough for that. Yeah, because it's going to be official. Well, Biden wants to make it official on January 4th, so it's like a month and a half away at this point.
I don't think it's going to be legal, but it seems like they're going to still fight it court wise. So
yeah, no.
If they say yes, the courts are going to say no.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of states are already, opposing it, but the one I'm at hasn't publicly made any statement yet, so they're usually business as usual.
Well, because that's a mafia state.
Right.
But I don't think your company wants anything to do with it, though.
Yeah, I bet. I don't think any company really wants it unless they're part of the controlling class.
Exactly, which is, I think, American Airlines is part of it.
Yeah.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah, we're a logistics company, so we work with all the airlines.
Yeah. So we feel at this point you'll be able to weather the storm. There'll likely be some miracle. But if you need to get out of there, you will get out of there, though, if it's time for that.
Well, yeah, that kind of leads into my second question. Ultimately, I am going to move.
Yes.
And I applied for my passport today, as it's been an idea that just won't leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I know I am where I need to be currently, but living through it, you wouldn't think that was the case. Is there somewhere in this world that needs me as much as my heart calls me to be there, perhaps around water?
Well, eventually, yes. I don't think it's time just yet. It might be another year possibly before you move.
All right.
Well, you'll know pretty soon, it seems.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I'm feeling like, the currents have changed, you're kind of like moving back and forth, but nothing is really settled and opened up a path, to show this is where I'm going to be going, so it's going to just...
It will find you. So right now, just weather it, and we keep seeing that your company is going to say no to a lot of this, and just because it's it's not constitutional or anything like that, so...
Yeah, and they're all over the world, so it's applies differently to different countries in which they conduct business. So it's a mess there. I don't think they want that in any country that they're operating in.
No, but yeah, when you are getting time to leave. Now, if you leave like on your own terms, it possibly might be next year, mid-year, possibly.
Okay.
You can just feel it all. It's like now's the time to go.
Yeah.
We'll just leave that
It's
way.
just playing, be patient and, just
Right.
allow things to evolve organically then.
Yes, great.
Okay. All right. Thank you, I am.
All
Blessings
right.
to you.
Yes, blessings to you all. Same energies. All right. Okay. All right. Blessings.